Hello there again, and welcome back everyone to another beautiful episode of Whispers in the Shadows with Tina. Today's story is a heartfelt one from a listener who finds themselves in a complicated web of friendships, relationships, and boundaries. It's a story that touches on the challenges of navigating love, loyalty, and the emotions that comes with them. As we listen, I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences and think about how you would handle a situation like this. Let's dive into it. Hello, Tina. It all began during my university years. I met this lady just as we were about to graduate. Despite having spent 4 years on the same campus, I often found myself wondering how we hadn't crossed paths sooner, as we quickly became inseparable. Our bond was so strong that if anyone tried to take sides during our occasional disagreements, they would end up feeling like an outsider. In our friendship, we embraced openness, discussing everything, even the most sensitive subjects, without fear of judgment. She was navigating her own romantic life at the time, seeing two different guys, Kwame and Kojo. She seemed to take Kwame more seriously because of their closeness, while her relationship with Kojo felt more like a game of hide and seek. I couldn't help but notice how deeply Kojo cared for her. He was ready to settle down while Kwame displayed no such intentions. I often felt the need to intervene, especially after witnessing how she spoke to Kojo. One day, after a phone conversation with him, I warned her, not all men are like Kojo. If you were to walk away, you might realize too late what a good man you've lost. My concern stemmed from my desire to see her happy and treated well. A few months later, Kwame ended their relationship, leaving her heartbroken. Fortunately for her, she had Kojo to turn to for comfort. I did my best to support her emotionally during this tough time, encouraging her to focus on Kojo. To my surprise, their relationship was filled with constant arguments. It seemed like they could never go a week without a fight, often stemming from misunderstandings. Things escalated during one particular heated argument. Kojo requested her to give him my number to discuss the issues, and while she sought out my approval, I agreed, thinking I could help. They managed to resolve the immediate conflict, but it wasn't long before they were back to their old ways. Frustrated by the lack of progress, I finally told them, I can't keep being the middleman. If you two aren't willing to change, please leave me out of your issues. Yet Kojo continued to reach out to me, sometimes when he couldn't get in touch with her, and other times just to check in. As his calls increasingly shifted focus from her to me, I felt uncomfortable and eventually stopped answering. Ultimately, their relationship ended, and Kojo cited differing values and his dissatisfaction with her communication style as reasons for their breakup. I hoped that would be the end of it, but then Kojo began calling me again, this time more persistently. Despite my efforts to ignore him, he seemed to have an endless supply of phone numbers. This became a source of stress for me, especially since I used my phone for business. I can't simply ignore unfamiliar numbers, but I'm at my wit's end trying to escape his relentless pursuit. One day, he caught me off guard by confessing his feelings for me. While I had sensed this might happen, I was still shocked. I firmly told him, you need to bury those feelings. This will not happen. I expected him to accept my rejection gracefully, but he continued to press the issue, insisting that his feelings were valid despite his history with her. In desperate attempt to reclaim my peace, I blocked him, only for him to find new ways to contact me. It's exhausting, and no matter what I do, he just won't take the hint. I've even sought advice from friends, but their suggestions haven't worked. One friend joked about him potentially being my future husband, which I found infuriating. Why would I want to date my friend's ex? She had made it clear that she doesn't want us to be friends, believing that Kwejo should not be reaching out to me given their past. I completely understand her feelings. If I were in her position, I would feel hurt too. For that reason, I haven't told her about Kwejo's advances, as I don't want to betray her trust or add to her pain. Now I'm reaching out for guidance. I feel trapped in a situation that's becoming increasingly overwhelming. I want to put an end to Kwejo's advances without hurting my friend or complicating their friendship further. What do you think I should do? I'm desperate for advice as this situation is giving me migraines. Thank you once again for joining me today. Now I would love your own thoughts and advice for our listener. How would you approach the situation? What steps would you take to set boundaries while preserving friendships? Share your insights in the comments below and let's support one another in finding clarity and peace. Until next time, take care and keep the whispers alive.